Hello and welcome to Farming Simulator 19. I'm Emily and this is Let's Play on buying a real farm. So I figured out to do it, the thing with lumber. And what I did was I actually bought one of I got a tractor, truck, downloaded it, modded it so it didn't cost me anything. I also got a trailer, autoload, downloaded it, modified it so it didn't cost anything. So sorry. So these are just sitting over here at the lumberyard, and when I sell lumber, they'll go and pick it up and sell it for me. So that way I don't have to have well, I still rented a Tajfun thingy over there, so that's still there. But otherwise, it's otherwise I'm not doing much. I'm doing what would be realistic, I think. So I'm cutting down the trees and I'm pulling it out of the forest, and then they will fetch it for me, and I'm paying for that too, so that's included in the price. Now we are going to do some cultivating. So we'll do this field, and then we have a couple more fields over there. So we need to do this before we can plant. I'm using a Geo for all the part of Sweden where I live, so, or where the farm was that we bought. So it's pretty realistic, the temperature and stuff, so can't really plant yet. Probably in a few days in the game we'll be able to plant. Just the thing, I mentioned that before, that in this scenario I'll keep my regular job, so that's what I do, and the stuff I can spare from that I'll count as an income in here. As you see the pricing there, if you look at or the cash I have, 1698, which was what I had before, plus the income from the trees, so, or lumber. So we sold 4 trees, and we made 218 euros. So for those 4 trees we sold, so, and that's a realistic income from what I can tell and calculate. So I changed to save game, so I have that amount of money in my bank account, and I also pay for the loans and interest and that sort of stuff from my regular job. So I have a system for calculating how much money I get left over each month. So each 2 day in the seasons in the game is equivalent of a month in real life. So then I have what I can spare minus plus the interest, which I calculated in game. I have a system, basically, what I'm trying to say, so I can get this somewhat realistically. I'm cutting the shrubs here on the edge. Let's set this up, so order width, that's a little too little, so D20 is usually the way we could go. So if we wanted to, we could just set it and let it follow this A and B line we set up, this line we set up. I usually do a couple of headlands and then I'll do the middle part. It's probably people do it the other way around. I don't know, when you're done plowing, maybe you would like some easier, flatter surface to turn around on, but I'm not, I don't know, I have no idea. I'm not a farmer. I'm just a guy pretending to be a farmer, in this scenario anyway. So I'm thinking I would like, one of the future projects which I have is that I would like to add, where is that? This one, a horse paddock. I don't have enough money, but it's basically a horse paddock which we would add because my fiance really wants horses. We'll probably get to that eventually. Well, that's a lot of money, we'll see. We'll probably need to take out a loan to do that. And we need a spacing also, so we'll see. We need to place it also. Put the horses. We actually could put it in there. I didn't plow that field because I was too tired of plowing. Spent a lot of time plowing yesterday. I got fed up with it, so that's definitely a field we could plow and plant something in. Oh, it's just grass. So we own that grass field over here. So we'll look into that maybe later. It's not the most powerful tractor, but it does the job. Slowly though. This field is kind of weird. Weirdly shaped. I need to go fuel my tractor later. No, I didn't miss anything good. So as I said, do a couple of headlands, maybe 3, and then we'll start going back and forth across this field. So this field, I can show you. Well, this field, which is here, no, here, sorry, number 1. We have 5 and 3. We've done 4, so we have 3, 4, 5, 1, and 2 left. So these are the fields we need to cultivate. That will take us some time though. So we'll get around to. We'll see how far, long of a time it will take. It will take us quite some time though. As it would in real life. Looking forward to planting. Actually, we need to fertilize also, so we need to buy some fertilizer. Goes much smoother when you run over cultivated land in comparison to plowed land, which is, I guess, realistic. So that's a cool feature, I guess, of the realistic vehicle mod. Service this tractor eventually too. Service it and refuel it. We'll probably spend most of the cash we have. A lot of cash, unfortunately. Don't know if that will miss that little. Of course it would. Let's come up to here and then we'll back. Yeah. I would like a big cultivator, but it's not realistic. So we're running this one for as long as it will take. Which will be a while, I'm guessing. We don't have a ton of fields, but we have quite a few fields actually, so I would like to. I'm trying to field there's the additional field information mod. I couldn't get it to work for some reason on this. Maybe that's something to do with the settings, by the way. I think you can field information on. Oh, I'm an idiot, sorry. I'm gonna get the field information and see how much farmland we actually have. Turn that off for now. Can't say I enjoyed doing this yesterday. The more I did this, I realized that having a farm in reality would be awfully hard financially. I'm actually trying to run this farm with having a regular job, which I guess is not that uncommon actually. I'm running out of my income, not my fiance's income, so we could probably go down and spend less money if we had a farm. All of our spare time would go to the farm anyway, so. But the thing is, it's actually doesn't make much financial sense to get a farm. So far is that the small conclusion. I've just started this game, but looking at finances, I mean the trees, quite a lot of job work, and it's still quite easy compared to real life for cutting down trees and stuff. Branching and pulling it out of the forest, and I still got like 218 euros, which is like 2,400 or something kroners, which is not a lot of money. Well, I guess it's money, but compared to working a whole day at my regular job, that's like, well, just a little bit more. And I'm guessing it would take half a day or so to get that out of the forest. So, and with replanting and all the permits you would need to do that, for instance, you have to not well, I guess you might need permit, but you need to at least tell the government about 6 weeks in advance that you're going to do it, and then and so on and so on and so on. So it's a bit. It's not easy. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think this is farming is easy, and I don't think we would have a lot of issues. You would have to have quite a good financial situation in order to get into it. That's usually a problem with these things, that if you weren't born into it. Actually, we've talked about this in Sweden, because especially during the 90s, we got quite a few immigrants that actually were farmers from where they came from, and they're not farmers anymore. They got some other education, or they work other jobs. But it's interesting because they would actually have the possibility to maybe, or know how to go into farming with some adaptation to Swedish rules and laws and stuff. But the idea, the concept is the same. So they could do that, but they have no way of getting into it. They have no way of buying the land they need. Land is too expensive. Farms are too expensive. So people it's hard to get into farm. I mean, you need equipment, you need a farmland mostly, which is expensive in a lot of parts of Sweden, or you'll get farmland which won't produce as much. So I get farming is really important for sustainability in society, and it's extremely important, as we can tell in Corona times. But it's not that easy. It's hard. One of the problems is that people are exiting their career as farmers, which is understandable due to financial strains, and well, if you want to work a lot, not get paid for it, why would you do that when you can do other jobs and get paid enough? But the thing is also, it's only part of the story that people are getting out of farming. The bigger part of, I think, is that people aren't getting into it. All careers or all jobs which cannot recruit people into the job unless you're born into it, which is usually the way people start this, are gonna have problems in the future. So that's a real problem. How are people going to get into farming in a realistic way? And no one is talking about that, at least not in Sweden. Maybe they're talking about it in other countries, but in Sweden you don't have any conversation about that. You just hear the conversation that people are getting out and how to support people so they won't leave the farming business, but you hear nowhere any discussion about how people are getting into it. I talked about this with a former colleague of mine a while back, he grew up on a farm, and he said that that's a realistic problem. There's no realistic way of getting into farming in Sweden, at least. Land is too expensive, and if it gets on the market, it's bought up by other farmers who are expanding, so the price has driven up, and unless you're born into it and have a lot of the stuff you need, it's hard. I think there's differences between the countries, probably. I'm sure. You know, of other countries, it seems maybe the States and the United States and Britain and other countries have other ideas of doing this, and maybe they're more adequate. But I do miss that sort of discussion in Sweden. No one seemed to care how to get into the business of farming. And I could totally understand that. If we sold off our house with a good profit, we bought a farm which wasn't too expensive and some equipment so we could do farming. We could probably, we're doing farming here, we could probably just have land and contract everything out, but it's not really, I don't know if we would say it's, well, I guess it's farming, but to me it's not farming, it's just land management. Which is okay too, I guess, if you want to do that. I like this. This is nice. Nice field also. I like this map. So map you can download, of course. Link is in the description. You need to register though, but it's cool. And don't upload it anywhere else, please. You can download it there. Keep it there. How are we doing time-wise? Actually, I think I'm going to stop there. I need to eat some breakfast and go off to the store and buy some food today. So we're going to do that. But we'll see what we'll do on the next episode. We'll probably still be cultivating, because we have a lot of cultivating to do. But that's for a future episode. Okay, so thank you for watching. I'm Andy. This has been the Let's Play on buying a real farm in Farming Simulator. And keeping it very realistic, at least when it comes to money, financial states of it. We'll see. I don't think we're gonna make a profit of this farm, I'm sorry. Even though we're diversing, I think we need to diverse quite a lot to be able to make a profit, and I don't think we'll make as much money from our fields. We probably won't make a total loss, but I don't think we'll make a lot of money either. Sorry, I was gonna finish this episode. My colleague who lives with on a farm with a farmer, she says that basically the reason why they can make it financially is that she has a salary from the outside. The farming business breaks even barely, and everything else goes from her salary. So farming is tough, and I think if I do this, manage this correctly, financially in the Farming Simulator, and I use hard mode and real numbers mod and everything, will barely break even. We won't make a lot of money from this, or any money maybe at all. So we'll see. It would be interesting if you got to the point where you could actually not have to do the side work, my regular work, so I could just focus on this. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll do a year in the game and we'll see if what that lends to. Anyway, I'm gonna stop there. Have a great day. See you soon. And I'm Andy, and this has been Farming Simulator. Take care. Bye bye.